Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Frankie B, and oh man, what an exciting day this is. Oh, I'm sure that if you well, I would imagine if you don't have internet, then you probably didn't see all those wonderful postings that I was doing, as well as Matthew, for our Zoop campaign, Kaijus and Cowboys issue 1. Well, we definitely put it out there hard, and some folks definitely answered the call, and we were able to fully fund issue 1 on Zoop, which was an amazing thing because Zoop is pretty new. It's not like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, who already have sort of a brand identity, excuse me. So Zoop was really like, sort of like a roll of the dice for us. We were taking a huge chance because our Kickstarter campaign was very successful last year. And, and so Matthew wanted to try something a little different. So, we did. We rolled the dice and went with it, and we were able to fulfill the campaign. With that said, we're in that fulfillment stage now where we're just sort of getting everything together and making sure that we get items out to folks who contributed to the campaign. And I would like to say that thank you so much for the folks who did contribute, and hopefully you will enjoy issue 1 and then stick around for the ride. I mean, we still, we have a sort of goal set for ourselves for 12 issues. So regardless of what, we're going to be pushing for those 12 issues. We are not being published by Second Sight Publishing. I put out a notification earlier this week about that. Well, actually, earlier this week, Monday. It's Tuesday now. But that's okay. These things happen. And so we just, you keep moving on. You keep putting your stuff out. The art must continue to flow. You cannot allow it to stop. Nothing stops it, period. So with that said, I've already started working on sketches for sketch cards, and I'm really excited. This one right here is a Godzilla 1984-85. Now, see, this is what I do. And this is why I always say that for people who want to commission artists, it's kind of nice when you commission an artist and you kind of allow the artist to have some levels of freedom. That means that, you come in and you say, look, could you draw this? And then pretty much say, make it as exciting as possible. I'm one of those rare artists who, once I start, if I get something, then if I'm really stoked about it and really excited about it, you never know. I may end up adding stuff in there just because I'm in the art flow and I feel that the picture demands more. So with that said, the commission was for 1 character and then 1 piece of environment. But I needed to put the Super X in there somewhere. So the Super X is in itself has become is the environment itself. So think of it like if I was going to draw buildings, I wasn't able to put buildings in here. So I decided to use the Super X. And then you have Godzilla releasing one of his blasts. The blast, and his blast kind of arched. I remember that in the movie, where it kind of arched, and he's got the classic screonk. And then the Super X is sort of getting fanned, like sort of flies right through that blast and is on fire. So there you go. So there's the person getting this piece. This is the back of the card. Now these are 32 point cards, the official Kaijus and Cowboy cards. These are very thick. I'm going to ink these up, which you'll see starting inking today. And this is going to be a mashup video for that. I'm going to ink it up, and then the next step will be adding the gray tones to it to pop it out. So anyway, this is one of them. And then I have this beautiful one right here. I'm so happy. I want to just say to the people who decided to have me commission me to do B.W.N.N, who was the Hunter Bot with Bot with No Name. It just makes me really feel good because the campaign is about our comic book, and we're getting to draw and getting a chance to draw a creator-owned character. It's just, I mean, we're indie creators, this is why we're doing this, because we want to get our IP out there. We want people to begin to become much more knowledgeable about this character and this universe and stuff like that. So to that, I'm very humbled and honored that people who said, hey, Frank, you know what, can you just draw your character? And as you can see, as I'm starting to draw, I just immediately had to put this little character in here, sort of a giant kaiju coming for him. And he's got his rope hand sort of wrapped around like a a ledge or something, and he's just sort of flopping around. It's always I get excited, and I wanted to do a sort of action scenario. But this where that excitement comes from, if by allowing me to have that freedom to be able to dig deep into my own creativity. So here's another one right here. Pretty straightforward. This is in my head. I just imagine like this is some kind of brawl or something going on. And usually I've shown some where he's punching a kaiju or some creature or whatever. But I thought it would be kind of interesting if he's punching a bot, because I'm assuming that in the stories we'll probably have eventually him fighting other robots as well. So that can be kind of fun. So you got that one, and then this one is someone else's creator own character, and I think it's Mecha Leptis. So I know I'm like destroying the name and stuff like that, but I did one previously for the last campaign, I remember. So this is just a sort of follow up. It's in the same family as the Kaijus and stuff like that, and I love drawing Kaijus, so this is fun too. So this is actually Stonehenge, and then I could have just drawn Stonehenge, but then it's kind of like you don't get a real good scale. And so I decided just for fun, just to add some people running, just little silhouettes though. It's not going to be super detailed, like, crazy. And then this one right here was a puzzle card that someone in the beginning. And this is pretty much a scene that's actually in issue 1. So that when people get the book, this person who just got this puzzle card is should be very happy, because this is actually sort of falling off a scene that's actually in the comic book. And so there you go. So I'm super excited to work on cards like these, because these are really, they really allow me to push my creativity and to really be able to show the strength of my artistry. And yeah, so I'm always very happy when I get the opportunity to do sketch cards like these, or any kind of artwork that is up in this line. All right, with that said, I think it's time for me to get down to some inking. How about that? That's why you guys came, right? For some inking. All right. Let me just take a little swig of my coffee. It's been a sort of damp day. Did our voting this morning, which was pretty good. It's a new voting place because we had moved and everything, and it's very nice actually. It's very beautiful inside. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with this character right here. Just maybe that's what I'll do. I'll sort of get the characters like Godzilla and stuff off the, sort of have it lined so I can just sort of go in. So we'll see how long this video goes, because I'm gonna try to take it all the way to the point from the inking and to the point when the gray tones are applied and stuff like that. So we'll see how what happens with that. Let's have fun. All right. So I'm gonna try to put down the name of this character, and I think he wrote it down too, which is always so important. I'm so happy when people send me enough information of the character's name. So it was always, when he sent it to me, I just said, well, just got to make sure that we have a sense of scale with this character. I'm a huge person. I love surprising people. When I work on commissions and stuff like that. There's that part of my mind where when I worked in advertising and for companies and things like that, there was that part of my mind where I just was like, okay, it's pretty cookie cutter, where it's kind of you get the job, and then you just give them what they want. You can't deviate from it. There's no you can't really add. You can add a little bit of what your style, but it's not a lot really. You get to make sure that what you put on the paper is what the client wants to really see. You can't get really crazy. Whereas when I do private commissions and people say, hey, can you do this whatever character, but I leave it up to you to how you want to do it, then that's fun. Then that's like, okay, now I can really play with this and and really create some really dynamic stuff, and not be constrained by certain rules that might be implied onto it. All right, so actually, what I may do? I may put the initials of the person which I'm trying to search right now. Oh, okay, I got them. Let me put nice and again, I always tell people I don't consider myself a graphic artist. I'm not somebody who is, you know, extremely, you know, into doing lettering and stuff like that. I just when I do my lettering, I just consider it just part of the art. I don't. There's no other way I can really look at it as anything more than that. All right. Now let's see. I think I'll go to the 15 mark and stuff, so you guys can see the process. Now this was Stonehenge, so I definitely looked up some references, and I found some views that they had that were pretty interesting that I felt that I can play off of, and so I decided to go with those certain views. I'm gonna try to hit this with a nice little thickness on the line, just to kind of pop it out, so you get a sense that this is in the foreground, and then the character itself is in the background. And I'm using a 0.03 Copic multi-liner. These are really nice. So, you know, like I said before in some of my previous videos, I'm a hoarder when it comes to various utensils? What are utensils? Devices. Let's say drawing device. Utensil sounds like food devices, like forks and spoons and stuff. No, it's drawing tools. Because I always feel like something, you know, I'll need something to help, you know, whatever mood it is, you know, that I'm feeling. The art flow has me thinking one way, and then all of a sudden I go, well, I need something that's gonna help me get to where I need to get to. So there we go. And these are always great because then you can really get in there and get that nice thin line art. So now when I do people, this is what we used to do back in the day in advertising. It's just to give the sense of humans or you know, little things. We would just show like these little sort of figures and stuff, just to give an indication of humans or people. You know, a little bit of boldness. Because I think your mind would immediately go, okay, that's a little person, that's somebody, no, or somebody, you know, as size comparison to a giant, you know. Throw my initials in there too. All right. Okay, where are we at? We're at 13 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to hyperlapse because this is a mashup video. And then that's when things are going to speed up and stuff. But again, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who backed the project. You, man, you've literally contributed to a dream and ensuring that that something's gonna happen with it. We're definitely putting it out and stuff like that. I mean, I'm once I wrap up the fulfillment and stuff, I got to go right back into the art. I've already got the okay, the green light for issue 5, and my thumbnails and everything, and Matthew loved them, so I got to go through that process of getting those ready so I can draw them up full size to the size that they're supposed to be. And then the next one will be after that, issue 5 with Kaijus and Cowboys will be King Cryptid. And I forgot the actual issue number that I'm going to be working on, but I know that it's going to be after the holidays. So I'm excited to be working on so many various comic book projects and stuff, especially projects that are up in my kind of wheelhouse. You know, I think that more and more people are starting to see that that I'm an artist who definitely loves drawing these giant monsters, these giant robots and things like that, which I love it. You know, I love it more than anything. You know, I want to draw more and more. Yeah. All right. So, with that said, as I always say, keep that art flowing. All right, here you go. Boom.